tournament for?
Gosh, these games covered the ones that I've spent the most time speedrunning. So
And
I'd be speaking from another community's point of view.
even then, it doesn't even have to be a community, just a game. I know there was a full game Final Fantasy IV tournament. There's currently a Final Fantasy IV kind of halfway through the game or a quarter of the way into the game tournament with the Paladin race. I know there was a Super Metroid double blind bingo race, which I thought had a very interesting concept. If
Has there
you,
been a Mega Man 2 tournament?
I don't think there's been a Mega Man tournament yet.
I think Mega Man 2 would be a neat one.
Mega Man 2, I've thought about that a little bit as well. I didn't want to just, push it myself. I see a race room getting created for this one. But
Well,
Mega Man 2, I think one of the more interesting things about the game in general, everybody, it seems, has a different order for the Robot Masters. There's like no two people seem to have the
All
exact same
right,
path.
ladies and gents, Zero has fixed his stream. He's using FS Split instead of OBS. It looks like his internet's fine. It was just something with OBS. You never know when you get hit with those issues. So looks like we're gonna be starting pretty soon. Um, Sean is setting up the SRL room, or is going to SRL to join in on the official race.
Make sure I get the proper screen region for Sean's timer.
Oh my god, scrolling up and seeing all those woos, that's what I'm talking about, that hype! Yes! All right, let's go. Let's do this. All right, so they're pulling up the while they're pulling up SRL and getting that all set up. I just gotta say, let's refocus on who is competing right here. We have Quite Super Mario, we have Zero. Quite Super Mario has a PB of around 35 minutes, a little like one of the low 35-minute times, but his greatest race time is 36:39. So you never know what's going to happen with tourney nerves, with race nerves. Anything can happen. And looking at Sean, his PB for the longest time was 37 minutes flat, but he recently broke that and has a 36:54. I was speaking with him. He tends to be pretty hard on himself. He's a perfectionist, and he doesn't know how he's going to do, but he's going to give it his best shot, and I have the greatest faith in him. He'll pull it out. He works pretty well under stress, but just like I said, tourney, race, you never know. And I'm not familiar with the gameplay style of Quite Super Mario, but judging from his any percent runs, like, he's got his strats, he's got them down. Um, and like he also said, he might make an error here and there, just because sometimes execution is silly.
I have one person
Sean,
readied up.
oh, already readied. Ooh, it's coming. Sean, very calculated player, very perfectionistic, very reset heavy, which does not help out when working on a long form category like this. But in either case, this is going to be a very exciting run. Hopefully, they got something very, very close, very surprising in store for us.
Yes, hopefully this does end up pretty close. The seating says it should be close. Any kind of time that's consistent should be good. Just joining the 36 club. I'm guessing he'd be happy with anything underneath a 39. Any kind of time around there should be good to win this race. Gonna have Thunder Mustache running alongside the tournament entrance here. And Quite Super Mario asking us, "Are you ready?"
Are you ready? Woo! Give it a round of applause, guys. Get hype. Spam the chat. Let's get ready. Let's get going. You guys have been waiting so long for this moment. We have 46 viewers in the No Star World Tournament Southeastern Speedrunners stream right now. We got, or I guess it's technically yours, right?
We're on the Mr. Cab channel this time.
Yeah, the Mr. Cab channel. I just saw like Southeastern Speedrunners, and I was like, oh, yeah. Well, we got 45, 46 in McCabs. We got 8 and 9 in Quite Super Mario's and Zero's streams respectively. This is going to be a hype race. You guys have been waiting for this. Let's hear that hype, y'all. Let's hear that freaking hype.
The hype is so real,
Storm
the
their
pyramids are
chats
being
even.
busted.
All right, and we see the resets. We see them getting ready. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I don't know about you. I'm really stoked. Oh, I have my personal favorite.
Really good.
I have my personal favorite, and I imagine you have your personal favorite. And so we got one on each side.
I can't say I have a favorite in this one because both players are relatively unknown to myself. Although from what CT was saying, Ben is an old school Mario runner. Zer0Maverick. One of the things I really love about these tournaments is always finding out about new runners. Whenever you see a race like this, it's always a good idea to give everyone a follow because you never know, how much of a cool person they're going to be if they play another game on the side that you really like. The opportunities are endless. You should always cheer for these people, always follow these people, and just get hyped for the race. Everyone is actually ready. We have readied up 10 seconds until race time.
Oh my god. Oh my god, it's happening. Okay, here we go. We've been waiting for this for an hour. It is happening.
And Twitch delay.
All right, Twitch delay. Twitch delay hype. Woo!
Twitch delay hype. I kind of hope this works out exactly as the previous race did, where we had Barn Owl and Millennium really up until Morton's Castle literally in sync with each other. And Zer0Maverick stream just buffered on me.
Are you freaking kidding me, Zero? I am going to punch his
Just go.
face.
Don't stop.
But it's too late. It's too late. Let's see how they play.
Okay. So we have the timers on the bottom of the screen. You can see from their own individual streams Ben's timer roughly 20-21 seconds ahead of Zer0Maverick's timer. So keep that in mind when you are comparing the two racers. Either way, it's a solid start for Ben. I believe he got the spin jump one up to open it up, so that's a swag strat. Oh, the buffering.
You can throw some refreshes in every now and then.
Yeah, that might be the best idea with Zero's stream.
I'm gonna throw one in right now, which might not be the best idea. Hopefully we don't miss box jump.
Oh, I'll let you know about box jump.
Oh, we come back just in time to see. Oh my.
Ben failed the box
Ben
jump.
failing the box jump. Zer0Maverick with the yellowed out screen going right through it.
Instagram filter.
It is a retro game, so and you can kind of see some of the artifacts, graphical artifacts from the stream, and some blocks and squares appearing on it. As long as it stays up, though, it's a beautiful game anyway. I'm not gonna complain. So Zer0Maverick's gonna have a nice early lead, but it's not gonna be huge. That death, the good thing about that death is it goes by very quickly. You get to jump right back in it. Wait another minute or so here before trying the refresh button again, but Ben is off into Yoshi's Island 4. Early levels.
And
go on.
is out. But hey, he's gonna keep on racing, and worst case scenario, we'll just have to hear what his splits are.
Indeed. Let's see how Ben handles Iggy's Castle. Uneventful YI4 is best YI4. He's jumping under the low-hanging ledge there on the fence. I haven't seen many players do that. I think the few who have had single-digit seed numbers. Always good to see players going and trying to save those even like fractions of seconds.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, like he died at the very beginning on YI3, but you'd be surprised how much time you can save with just these tiny strats with really great menuing. You can you can make up a lot of time. And it looks like Zero's
Probably
stream is
restart.
popping back up again.
I'm guessing he restarted
Yeah.
his stream during the Iggy cutscene.
Yes, he did, and now it's back up. So he's
dude,
still in this
remember
to win this, folks.
That stream is not worth the race if don't get too distracted by it. But yeah, there you go. We're gonna get a fade out on the Iggy cutscene from Zero at 346 on his splits. Ben obviously still in the cutscene, going up close to 356. Yeah, about 356, 357. So it's an 11-second edge for Zer0Maverick going into the Donut Plains.
Looking at this, it looks like he might have fast flight. I don't know about you guys, but as a player on an LCD screen, you can actually look at the flickering of the sprites on the screen, and if there's a little bit of a stutter, that's a good indicator that you have fast flight. So he definitely had well, not necessarily the fastest flight, but one of those upper flights, probably a 50 or 49 speed, so that's always good to see.
I can usually kind of tell if it's a slower flight or if it's a faster flight, but I can never really tell if it's the fastest flight. I just kind of hope in the RNG of the run to even everything out over time, or at least even it out enough. So they're going into the pipe in Donut's Secret. These times I expect them both to be experienced enough to go for these strats. Not everyone has gone in the pipe successfully. Come out with that Koopa shell. Let's get some game sound. Steven's right. Get Ben's game sound. He remembers that this is the No Star World Tournament and does not go to Donut Secret House.
Very interesting. So usually the reason why you pick up that P-switch is actually so that you can spin through those fishes. You saw Zero go beneath them, which I totally respect. Very safe strat, but the P-switch is so that the shell doesn't get knocked out of your hands if you spin through those enemies. So,
main reason,
a very interesting choice there.
The main reason I, at least personally, don't go for the P-switch is usually then you have to figure out how to get rid of the shell. And then if you accidentally hit the P-switch while you're doing that, well, now you have no items left, so... Carrying the shell, it's a little bit of a safer option. Grabbing the P-switch and going through the fish saves... It can't be that much time in the grand scheme of things.
Well, I can definitely say that, yeah, it's just with whenever you're like counting those frames, you'll save a few frames if you go for one over the other. We see QuiteSuperMario going for a safer strat rather than jumping onto those wooden platforms.
Run back and forth, it's safe, it's consistent. No real harm in doing that in a tournament race. You'll lose a second to some of the top tier runners, but again, you have to kind of pick your battles. Which strat is worth the risk of losing a lot of time, either to not getting it or to the top tier runners, and which strat is just, you know, if you don't get it, you're kind of waiting on the other person to make a mistake anyway, and there are very few 1 second mistakes. Take this moment to refresh the streams. YI4, DP4 is a flyover level, and it looks like Ben is flying at the appropriate height. Looks like Zer0Maverick is also here.
The lovely little loading screen, but
can't tell exactly where he is in the level. But at the moment, his stream, well, you can see the timers. Zer0Maverick's timer is a little more than 20 seconds behind Ben's, so even though Ben is a stage ahead right now, that timer could be interesting. And Ben, with the race jitters, losing cape early in Morton's.
Ooh, that's going to cost him a big amount of time. He's going to have to run through the entire level.
He's on J version as well.
Oh my, he is?
Yeah, or at least I think he is.
That means he does not have a Freedom Cape waiting for him in Vanilla Dome 1. He's going to have to find... He could get a cape actually in Morton's. It's early enough.
Oh, that's right.
Trying to think,
What a
cycle skips
bizarre
versus
difference.
overworld time.
Oh.
That cape's probably his best option.
Zero got hit and lost fire.
So he's going to be losing that time later on in the run, so you just never know how
He'll
that's going
probably
to
get
pan.
fire back in Dome 1.
And then
That's true.
Fire in Dome 1 is not free.
About a 5 to 10 second cost to get it, but I mean that beats the 15-second cost if you go into Ludwig's
Indeed.
boss fight without Fire Flower.
Ben
You're gonna-
is... I was wondering if he was going to go for a fly. He puts the springboard down between the spikes. In that kind of situation, I'm a fan of going all the way to the wall. A lot of players, when you see them get up here with springboard and they kick it over and just kind of jump on it, it almost feels like it's YOLO if you don't know what's going on. But actually what's happened is the moving spikes has reached the end of their movement and they are frozen for a good 2 or 3 full wall clock seconds. So you can actually safely jump on it and not worried about getting crushed as those blocks move back. And it looks like Ben has acquired a small lead. I don't know what just happened.
All right, if you are tuning into Zero's stream, I'm not entirely sure how it looks on our main stream, but it appears that he's transcended the 7th circle of hell. Everything looks really mysterious and corrupted. See how that works for him.
He does not
But
get fire in Dome 1.
Yeah,
Ooh.
skipped fire.
Ben doesn't quite get the Vanilla Dome 1 fly.
Oh, that's now he does have to go back for Kate.
Yes.
That's the
And
cost
right,
of the
that's
J
Japanese
version.
cart. US cart,
Yep.
you could just jump right back into that level.
It's gonna be
US
harsh for a number of
US
reasons.
cart, you could jump into the level, get fire and cape, and still do the fly up.
Yeah, so you'll see a lot of these runners opting for US just because it's a race, and you never know if you're gonna suddenly lose it here. But so far, Zero has been playing very solid.
You know what I admit, I'm kind of laughing at the graphical artifacts we're getting out of Zero's stream.
I heard only one thing off of Zero's stream, and it said, "Thank you, Matt." So you're welcome, Zero. I'm not entirely sure for what, because it just looked like he was having a rough time with his internet more than anything.
So Ben does get a good Vanilla Dome 1 on the second try. Vanilla's secret. So far, so good. Doesn't... that's interesting, taking 2 hops on the spring.
Sometimes you gotta do it for that safety. Just waiting for that
Sometimes, but
that group to...
that whole strat, if you come right up and land on the spring and go immediately, you should go through every time.
That's true. Maybe it was just possibly being finicky with the jump button. That's certainly happened to me many times as a player, so... But
always blame the equipment.
Case, yeah, always... It's everyone's fault but yours, but in any case... I gotta admire that, you know, QuiteSuperMario has actually had pretty rough of a run on these opening levels, but I admire that he's continuing to go, and it looks like he's actually he's getting back in the zone a little bit. It's nice because you have this huge stretch of just autopilot levels where you just fly the entire time, and you can really collect your mind. You can kind of zone out just a little bit and get your head back into the game. Right now, we don't know where Zero is, but...
I just refreshed stream and he's entered the Vanilla Fort.
Alright, so he's about a full level ahead.
We're still kind of jumping around.
I'll give you the pipe time in the fort.
I see 12:16, he's approaching the pipe.
12:19 pipe.
Yep, 12:19 pipe. One other thing, you hear about this in baseball a lot. When you have kind of a bad inning or something and it takes a while to get back to something active, sometimes you're left to kind of stew on it. I would think Ben's not doing that, but it's possible with nothing to do but fly over levels. You're stuck with nothing but, man, if only I did Morton's better.
That's true, but I mean, all you can do is focus on the rest of your run and try to play as solidly as possible.
It's going to be at least a minute here.
Let's not forget, though, that you have incredibly difficult levels, like Valley Fortress, you have Wendy's, you have Roy, you have Hardclip, you have all of these pivotal points that are happening in the second half of the run, where everything can either make or break all of your efforts. So
I still kind of stand by the statement the run does not even start until Roy's Castle. Really, the only thing you have before that is the Morton Fly, maybe the Vanilla Secret Fly, and the clips in Forest 2.
Yep.
Minute 31-second advantage for Zero.
I see on stream right now we have Ben approaching the Reznor door. It's not quite there yet.
I like Quite Super Mario's use of the Chewbacca swimming style. I love it.
I've never thought of it that way. I'm going to steal that line. Oh no!
I just come up with these. Oh, ooh. Oh, that is such a shame. That is such a shame. That's going to cost him, especially in a long level where it's basically an auto-scroller when you have to swim at such a slow pace through all of these portions.
It's almost funny that we consider the water level the auto-scroller, where really all the above-ground levels we also try and move forward at approximately the same speed as well. But this one, just because it feels so slow and it's so long, it's an
it's very
auto-scroller.
glacial in pace, so... Dodge a thing here, dodge a thing there.
That could be the race. Reznor is deceptively difficult at times, but that just looked like a little bit of the race jitters, kind of sliding off the edge instead of jumping. He wanted to go for a jump sooner than he did, but Reznor fireballs got in the way. I could kind of appreciate not wanting to jump into them.
2-minute 41-second advantage.
And as Ben is demonstrating, it is possible to cape the fireballs and not get hit by the nerves now. You can see.
Yeah.
Probably okay to jump off that ledge and attack Reznor, but he didn't want to risk that board disappearing underneath him again.
So we're about to enter into the huge auto-scroller where nothing happens, so I think it's good to bring up this point. As you might have heard Author Blues talk about in previous streams,
Fortune favors the bold.
Previous races. Not quite, though that is true. He mentions that, this entire tournament is, it's a for fun thing, it's for just a great excuse to play, but don't let that marginalize the fact that you are in a tournament. And the pressure is not just like any other race. It is on. This is something that's going to be recorded. You're trying to vie for that glory. And a tournament is still a tournament. And it can be a very stressful environment. And that's when people tend to crack under pressure. So don't let it fool you. Just because this is a race doesn't mean it's like any other one that you've played.
And even then, yes, there's lots and lots of pressure here. But don't let that discourage you from ever joining one of these tournaments either. I mean, remember, we have a great community here. No one's going to come into your Twitch chat and shit on you for falling into whatever pit it happens to be. But
no, of course not.
It really is character building to jump into these races and just make yourself experience that stress. And you can carry that over to other situations as you go on in life. And it's just good. Never be afraid to enter one of these tournaments. If you're going to be stressed out ever, do it with friends.
Yeah, exactly. And I absolutely love the word that you used, or a couple words, character building. It is hard to work underneath stress, and these tourney matches, the stress has never been higher. But, speedrunning is about not just working against who you're racing, but more just like working against yourself. There's a reason why we call it a personal best. You're trying to beat yourself at this game. And putting in the context of a tourney, it just mounts all that stress on you like a huge weight, but in like a really good and constructive way. It's good to experience those things when everything is just on the line.
So now that Ben has lifted off in Butterbridge 2, we're gonna go and refresh the streams again, because apparently every time I refresh streams, we get a glimpse at what Zer0Maverick is up to.
Zer0Maverick had a 17-17 egg drop in the castle cutscene.
I rejoined him at 17:45, the castle collapsing, and right at 1757, we seem to have lost stream or gone to a buffer in Forest 1. He's got his
I
Yoshi.
still have him up.
Feel free to commentate on what he's doing. We'll get the radio broadcast.
Well, it comes up every time I see a stream. It's some flyover level or pretty straightforward, and it buffered right before I saw if he was going to do the lag reduction strat.
Ben is in Ludwig's castle. We just saw him not go for the lag reduction strat. Ben having to retreat and lose his cape.
Ooh,
But it's not a horrible spot to lose.
Doesn't go for the safety mushroom.
We'll see if he goes for cape either in the second, or I should say third room.
He just lost
no.
the fire there.
Yeah, the fire matters more than the cape.
Zero just lost Yoshi on the end of Forest 1.
And cape.
Oh
He
my.
lost cape too, and then
I saw that
it
hammer
went
coming
down.
at an interesting angle just as we lost the picture.
Exactly. It's so.
So here we go. You know, the race is weird things can happen.
Everything is collapsing.
Alright,
And
so
then
It's part of the reason
That's
everyone should make sure you get in some no reset runs, go to interesting points in the run, and see what happens. Ben does not go for semi-quick kill against Ludwig, so he's going to deal with the second cycle of the shell sliding around.
Zero getting Yoshi now. He got cape.
Ludwig lands off screen.
I am feeling for Quite right now.
I didn't know that could happen.
That can easily happen.
Yeah, that's
Oh my!
unfortunate. Ooh.
I didn't know you could survive that.
Alright.
Hard clip time.
So, important thing to note,
First try.
maybe you just forgot to,
First try every time.
Yep.
Split. As far as I'm aware, Quite Super Mario has been splitting on whistles, and Zero actually splits on Castle Crush, so, just an interesting thing to note there when you're visiting their streams and seeing how it's different, but it looks like Quite hasn't finished his split yet.
He's been splitting when it goes back to the overworld.
Castle
Oh,
Crush.
has he? Alright.
Oh, Castle
okay.
Crush.
Then forgive me. They're both splitting it.
I never did play Castle Crush.
Although it looks like he didn't split.
No, yeah, I think he just forgot to split. But he's roughly 3 minutes behind, but that's really not terribly bad when your PB is, you know, around 36 minutes. That's still a sub 30.
Ben opts to get that mushroom
run.
early on.
We did see somebody lose 3 minutes in Chocolate Island 2 last week.
Oh my, that did happen.
Believe in my race with Aaron, I lost 4 minutes in Vanilla Secret, or not Vanilla Secret, Chocolate Secret, so anything can happen in a race.
True.
So,
No problems
Zer0
for
Maverick.
Ben.
I don't have him loaded, because I'm looking at these two streams
It's about
independently.
to start Roy.
I have him on this stream at 21:30, not even in the pipe in FOI3 yet, so
I am just entering Roy right now.
hold that announcement for the
But then
moment.
it buffered.
Oh my.
I don't know what
It's-
happened.
Looking at his splits, it does not
It
look
just-
like he was able to get hard clip.
Now I'm synced up with you, Mr. Cab. He's just entering Roy.
From what Darbian said earlier, Zer0Maverick got first try clip. Ben
Oh, nice.
gives
And
it
then
the
the
one
stream
try
went-
and goes straight to easy clip.
So the stream got to Roy's once and it buffered, so I refreshed and it went back in time. Then he got to Roy's again, then the stream went down.
I'm going to risk the refresh here. I want to see the Roy fly. It's still down.
Yeah.
Interesting choice trying to get that flower, but I'm afraid that, you know, all that time invested into getting it might only even out. Like, because
That
you
was
have
an
all those
interesting easy clip.
animations.
Yeah, I've never seen that type of easy clip.
But he got it.
Wonder
Getting
if
the
that's-
flower in Forest 2 and LinkDead's in chat so he could tell us otherwise. But I feel like it's worth getting. It only wastes maybe a second to get it, not even really, because that blocks along the way as long as you're going for easy clip anyway.
Zero got through Roy.
like he lost a lot of time in the forest. I guess that some of that, at least, is the end of Forest 1.
Yeah,
using that
he had to
cape.
go, he went back, I think, twice before he got cape. You think he got a mushroom from the block? Oh no, he had to go back and get the midway and then die. And I think he got a mushroom, then he exited the level, then entered again and got cape.
Sounds like a lot of entering Forest 1.
Then entered again and got fire, and then got Yoshi. Or no, he never. I guess he never did get fire.
The way to do that would be to go in, get Yoshi, go to Midway, get Cape. If you want to go back in and get Fire, do it, but it's not really worth it at that point. You're losing more time going back in to get Fire than you're gaining by killing Roy with Fire. Looks like Zer0Maverick's gonna go for the Spin Fly strat in the Chocolate Ghost House.
I am a huge advocate for that strat. Very easy to pick up.
I've never been able to pick it up.
It from him.
It always
Very-
looks scary when you fall down at the end.
It's pretty funny. All you have to do is wait for the screen
Ben
to
gets the
pause
first
and
part of
then
Roy
just
Fly.
swing around.
Then
More intimidating than it looks. Oh, that is
wow.
a nice.
I don't think I've seen that boo bounce before.
I love it. I'm stealing
I
it.
like it.
I didn't actually. I was looking at Ben when that happened.
Very clean. And
He
so
never landed.
guaranteed.
He just kind of flew through the first room after the flower and went straight to the boo bounce. That was impressive.
I am loving, absolutely loving the kind of strats that we get to see in these races. How everyone else kind of does these same levels that we become, like, we've gone to know in our own different ways.
It doesn't matter what your PB run is in any game. It's always worth it to kind of watch everybody play, because you never know what someone's going to do. Every now and again, because I can on the Joka leaderboards, I'll go and I'll look at one of the slower runs, partially to make up for the fact that I always submit slow runs myself to the Mega Man leaderboards. But sometimes you watch something and you just kind of see, oh my god, I never thought about that, and it's a strat that actually works pretty well. Whether or not it's faster, maybe you adopt it as a backup. Here comes Chocolate Secret.
Composers do it, writers do it, like anyone who does anything does it. If you can steal, then steal. Steal these strats, use them for your own. I know that I do my fair share of stealing.
No midway gate in Chocolate Secret for Zer0Maverick.
I believe the term good artists create, great artists steal.
I would go with imitation as the greatest form of flattery, but...
Alright, and safe setup for that final room of Chocolate Secret for Zero.
Safe
Admire
setup
that.
is reliable.
Oh, his colors are freaking out when he goes over that lava.
Too much red on the screen. It freaked out again right there. We got the buffer as the lava appeared.
The buffer, the little circles surrounding the Chuck head perfectly on mine. That makes that level look a little scary with that red flashing.
So Ben opts to go past the boo chain and double back to spin fly up the safe way.
Always a good idea. Just because you're using the traditional strat for that, you never know when you jump up into those boos, sometimes you just won't get it. So, good on him for using a safe strat there.
It's one of those strats where you kind of have to know if you're not going to get it, so you can abandon it to still fly up the safe way. Also why it's not a terrible idea to get the backup cape in Chocolate Island 1, just in case. Let's see, Wendy's Castle, we've got Zer0Maverick back.
Zero playing very safe, but also getting the Crusher skip. So this is going to be
my.
a very odd dichotomy of
And we just
safe
kind of
and difficult. And
skipped
then-
around to the end of room
and
1 there.
Also, yeah,
The splicing is real.
instantly warping.
Oh, loses P-Speed, almost runs off a ledge, but he recovers.
I greatly admire how he was able to warp through half the
Yeah.
level
I forget if it was
I never
Milliam
thought
or
to try
Barnowl
that.
in Wendy's Castle. I think it was Milliam who he said could have gone for it. That's one of the reasons I think the duck jump is important when you're going for it, just kind of floating underneath everything. Getting that extra tile of being able to squeeze through. Does he still have cape? I think he does, because he has an item in the item box. Just the way he was flickering.
Yeah, Wendy kind of glitched out there.
Yeah.
He's only big.
Yeah, he did lose the cape. That mushroom was dropping. Wendy's hitbox can be really annoying. The good news for Zero is there's a cape right at the beginning of the ghost ship. The bad news is he won't be able to damage boost through the boo rings at the end without losing that cape.
You can just sneak through the last boo ring.
Ben has flown through Chocolate Secret.
223.
Ben's actually in chat now, complaining about why am I playing well now, and I can only assume it's because the stress. We're at that point where it's just gotta go.
This is an important
Nothing
lesson.
left to
You
lose.
always have to practice beyond the point of nerves with anything that you do. Like you just can't anticipate what you're gonna do under pounds of stress, and practice. But even then, it never guarantees anything. Anything can happen in a race.
Ben was not going to get the cycle skip, so wise decision to stop where he did. Again, just kind of working his way through the spikes, not risking it at this point.
Slower and safer sometimes guarantees you better times.
At this point, we really need to see something bizarre needs to happen to Zer0Maverick. Whether that's problems in the Crusher in Valley 2. Oh my. Almost got
Valley
pushed
Fortress
off there.
is definitely one of my biggest votes for, things going terribly wrong. And also, yeah, Zero does go for some clip strats in Bob 2, so if he fails that, it could spell a very close race for both of these people, these runners.
I think we still have sub 40 paces for everybody. Try and get Zero back on stream. He's in Valley 1. Ducking underneath that Mega Mole. Looks like a pretty good bottom route coming up. I think somebody mentioned if you are high on the screen, as long as you're above the mole, your cape tends to always kill them. Looks Zero picking up the blocks a little too early. The Chuck, despite destroying two levels of blocks, if it can fit through just one, it won't destroy that second block up. So you always have to make sure he does destroy that second block.
Personally, I opt for letting the whatchamacallit, the Chuck, run underneath you, and then just grab and spin, and you can kill it and grab a block for safety cape at the same time. But either way, it's very wise that he got a safety cape, because you never know what's going to happen.
Fortune may favor the bold, but luck favors the prepared.
I love that! That is so good.
It's Incredibles line, luck favors the prepared. I'm sure it's somewhere before that too, but I always remember it from Edna.
I had no idea that quote existed, but I'm glad it's in my life right now. And Zero playing... Ooh, he got a phase skip. Nice setup for that. Didn't even need to duck or punch it or anything.
Ben took
He's
a
not going for any
hit in the
flips.
wrong part of the boo ring, but once he was hit, he just kind of ran with it. Like he was trying to slip through the ring to gain the first ring to gain a few seconds. Cost him a cape and his chance to boost to the second one, and he goes for safety star.
I can respect that, he's aware that he's lost a lot of time, and he's just trying to pull out the stops just to further himself. And you got that safety star.
Give this a refresh in an attempt to see Zer0Maverick inside the Valley Fort.
He just got the first Crusher skip. He's keeping peace speed through the fort as well.
That's always scary. Always so scary. Mob Fortress.
Ben taking the top route through Vob 1, even though he has a cape. Taking those moles safe, stopping, slowing down a little bit before they show up, just to make sure he capes them instead of running into them. The moles, I believe it's been said, have an amazing hitbox.
And Zero makes it through all of Crushers. And he gets fast Reser too.
Nice.
He is just playing solid today. He is playing very solid.
All things considered, this is a pretty good run. Not just the stress of the tournament there, but the stress of dealing with the stream setup.
Yeah, I mean, the internet on the moon is really not that great, so... That was a joke. That was a really funny joke, by the way.
I was responding to someone in chat. I apologize.
No, don't worry. It was just really funny, but I mean, like, don't worry. Everyone else is laughing. You just can't hear them. Ooh. But in any case... Ooh, he made it through. I've never seen that setup before.
I don't think I've seen someone try that without P-speed. Or at least not, you know, already moving.
Always so scary just seeing Zero's stream stop and then just wondering where is he going to pop up next.
I'm gonna refresh it to try and find out, but I'm assuming he's fighting Bowser by now.
Yes,
it looks like we're beginning phase 2. Has he gone for cape kill?
I'm buffering. It looks like he is setting up for ball skip, so I don't know if he actually did cape strats in phase 1, but he has an extra Mecha Koopa.
Here's the Mecha Koopa, and we go right to the buffer.
He historically does ball skip, either with or without cape. So.
I've never seen a stream where I refresh it and it goes back like 20 seconds.
And he's flying. And he's got ball skip. Good job.
He may be able to...
very good cape kill.
He can PB here, right?
Can he? No, I don't think he can PB, can he?
No.
3654 is his PB. With all those red splits, that's one heck of a PB. Come back to.
And you can see a spoiler in the race room.
I wasn't going to mention it. He's buffering again, so we'll give it up. RaceBot has a 36-34 for Zer0Maverick. It looks like race time could even have been a 36-28 for the final hit on Bowser.
Gold split, minute 50 seconds saved.
Yeah,
wait.
Like, that is...
Oh, yes! And it is a PB for Zero!
Is that a true
The greatest
PB?
PB!
That's amazing.
The greatest PB that you were never able to see. Like, developing. But yes, that is a PB for Zero. He had a 36.55 PB, and now it is down to 36.31. So you can imagine how much time he saved by not messing up in Sandbar. It's just incredible. Very proud of him right now. And also we got QuiteSuperMario.
Thank you, Darby.
Work on Bowser.
The race PB as well, obviously. RaceBot is a little fickle with goal names sometimes. If you forget one character in there, you won't find out it was a race PB until after the fact.
You know,
Man.
I definitely gotta hand it to Quite Super Mario. This run really has not been kind to him whatsoever, but, you know, he's stuck it out. He's made some decisions, like trying to gain back that lead, but you can only do so much when you face the kind of challenges that he's faced. But in any case, he's finishing it. So, guys, really give him a big round of applause. Give him some kudos when he finishes up here.
And remember,
Just because he's finishing.
Remember, for Ben right now, it is ass o'clock in the morning right now over in Europe. So,
oh my goodness, that is right. Out in Europe.
It's a combination of probably fatigue, a little bit of race jitters. Either way, it's still a solid run. He's going to cut 40 with this.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Cape kill is real.
Here we come.
That's a 39:11 on his stream. RaceBot gets him at 39:15. Probably more appropriate for the SDA timing anyway.
And he's
getting
time in some
SRL
of those
timing.
hits, so.
Both players had -2 to start, so I'm saying 39:11. It's actually 30. Well, it doesn't matter. It's still a solid run. It's still a sub 40.
If I can point out something, just the fact that he was able to save time after a very rough opening, that means that, you know, like, he was able to get his stuff together. He really played a smart game, and he really got into his groove. Unfortunately, it was just a little bit later than planned, but still, kudos to Quite Super Mario for working well even when things aren't looking well. So really great job. Great job, runners. Good play from Zer0 with his new PB. Great play from Quite Super Mario, just reacting a little bit of a rough start, but I mean, otherwise a great second half. So, where the real run started, he was playing pretty well.
Zer0Maverick goes on to face GDF.
Now, we were kind of, you know, facetiously saying earlier, you know, you get the honor of losing to Green Death Flavor by winning this race. And whether or not that's true, whether or not the race jitters strike one opponent, or one of the racers or the other, winning this race is still important, since getting past this level of the winner's bracket does guarantee you skip a match in the loser's bracket, basically. The loser here goes, I believe, to losers round 3, but the loser of winners 4 goes to losers 5. So saving matches is still important, regardless of who that opponent on the other side is. And you never know what happens in a race. Always go in there and give it your best shot.
This category has been developing dramatically, so you never know if someone is going to suddenly bump up and bop a whole ton of records in the next week or two. We've seen a lot of people PB over and over and over again throughout the course of this tourney, so...
With that race, I'm told LinkDead takes over the lead in bracket predictions as well. We're all going to owe LinkDead the Twitch bucks when this is all over.
Goodness gracious. Guys, please go ahead, flood their chats, and just let them know, like, what a good job.
Yes, what a good job it was. Flood them with Franker Z's. Do everything you can. Show that love and support.
Seriously. Show them your support. Show them your love. They both put up a great fight. And they definitely deserve some congrats for that.
So another excellent race from everyone involved. One moment here. I think we're gonna get Ben.
User was moved to your channel.
Ben, how's it going?
Hey, how are you?
Congratulations on cutting
great
40 in the
job.
race. Look, it was a little rough in there, but you followed through. You came through in the end with a solid second half.
I have to admit I am pretty disappointed, but that second half was really beautiful. I'm really happy with the second half. And yeah, I choked hard. That's what happened, I guess. Choked hard.
I had
So
a couple,
would you say, was it the stress of just, being a tourney match and everything? I imagine that was that the source of the stress that you faced in the beginning?
I think it may have just been the waiting, but I don't want to blame it on that. I had been making a lot of mistakes in the reset practice, so... But I got into my groove in the second half of the run. I felt it.
Yeah, that second half was really impressive. So great job on, not everyone bounces back like that, and you bounced back pretty hard. So I think that the fact that you're giving yourself at least some credit is a great thing, because you definitely deserve it for closing out strong.
I'm surprised I didn't just rage reset. Well, not reset, but just turn my stream off. But yeah, if it died in Roy, I would have forfeit.
Now,
But as
do you usually go for hard clip in runs? We saw you go straight for easy clip in this one.
Well, I attempted it once and then just went on, but I also remembered the fire floor, so that's what influenced me.
That was a good decision overall, I believe. Just because actually it's just been found out that, your first attempt is more likely than your second attempt with Yoshi hard clip. So if you don't get it the first time, it's typically unwise to go for it any more than once.
Though I do get it second try a lot.
You do?
Surprisingly.
I think the other thing we were hearing was it's not so much the tries as it is the number of dismounts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people
You
just
go up
mount
there
twice.
and end up dismounting Yoshi 2, 3, even 4 times before you actually attempt the clip even once.
Oh yeah, what do you call it? The big moving yellow block. I can't think at this time. It's Slate. Crusher? No? It's not Crusher, is it?
Oh, are you talking about Sandbar?
Oh, Sandbar, yeah.
Oh, I loved how
was
you
scary.
went for that clip. Yeah, that cycle skip, I mean.
Yeah, because
without
I
any
missed
goofy.
the little box jump, and then I was like, oh fuck, what do I do? So I did like 2 consecutive skips, and it saved me the time that I would have lost.
Improvisation is always critical in these races. It's not just knowing what the direct path through the level is in speedrun strats. You have to know how to recover. And
Also it really sucks. I considered running in English. I decided not to. I don't know why. I ran Japanese for Vanilla Doom 1.
Yeah, not having that freedom cape is always a bummer, but with it, I think it's like a calculated risk. You can either save a few seconds and really go for that PB, or go the safe route with a race, and I respect either choice personally.
Well, in terms of PB attempts, I would have no issues. I would always run Japanese, but for this race, I'd considered it. I don't know why I didn't, because it was my biggest concern, because it loses so much time.
yeah, for the races, having that extra cape available it's a nice comfort, even if you lose all of 2 or 3 seconds to save boxes.
Right now,
So who do I face next? Let me see. Oh yeah, do you guys still want that any % race, or are we done? I'm happy to do it, but
I'm actually talking to Sean right now, or trying to get in touch with him across his stream, see if he'd like to do it. Oh no, it looks like he can't. His connection is a little too iffy.
that's oh yeah. Well, I suppose that's fine.
As it was, we were refreshing stream every few levels to see where he was.
But you and Zero should definitely keep in touch, because I definitely know that'd be something that he would love to do. That would be pretty fun. And a nice little intermission between tomorrow's number of races. Who do we get to?
Yeah, I guess. I'm going to be working a lot, unfortunately. So I'll see what I can do. I also owe Drams Cat a race.
Yeah. Well, you do what you gotta do. I just know that I would love to see you two race because after seeing the way that you were doing 90% orb, I mean, like, I would just think it would
Oh yeah,
be
it was
fun
fun,
to
I
see you
guess.
guys do like a glitchless or have you ever do you have a cloud PB or are you
I
mainly
don't, but as soon as I get my console set up, I would hope to get sub 10 pretty quickly.
nice, nice. Well, I gotta say, thank you so much for an entertaining race. Quite great
No
job on
problem.
closing out strong. Huge
Anytime.
admiration for that.
Hopefully next time I'll start out strong against Keeg SP, guy facing the losers bracket. So
Yeah, hey, it's not over yet. You got you got the gauntlet to run in the losers bracket, and I'll be
plus
right
I'm
there
not too
with you.
disappointed because GDF is next, and as amazingly well as Zero did, he will have a tough time in the next round. But he did so well, he PB'd, right?
Yeah, he PB'd by
PB'd.
about
Wow.
25 seconds.
Good job.
His PB
That's
apparently
amazing.
had a really rough Bowser split, and he came through this time with that minute and a half of time savings.
Very good. I'm happy for him, definitely, but I look forward to the next race. It should be interesting.
Thank you
Just
so
seeing
much,
like how
bud.
safe
Can't wait to see
GDF
you in
plays.
that
But
next
yeah,
race.
yes, thank you very much. Thanks very much for doing this, and yeah, thanks for having me. Like at the end here.
Of course.
Pleasure. So,
All right.
guys,
Yeah, have a nice night, guys.
Have a good
I've
evening.
had fun.
Or good morning
I
at
had
this
fun
point,
eventually.
really.
yeah.
I get some
So,
sleep.
guys,
Yeah.
that closes out the race, the winners bracket race between QuiteSuperMario and Zer0Maverick. Both runners did as best they could, and
Not
there were some
late yet,
interesting
Zero.
twists and turns. So,
Oh, congrats, Zero. You did so well. That was crazy. I had a bit of a cruel run, but you played so well. Yeah, he can pop into TeamSpeak, I guess. Possibly. I'm good to stay for another 5 minutes.
oh, does Zero have the info? Let's get for the info.
He'll need the information, but anyway.
Asking to
Oh no, he isn't TeamSpeak.
Oh, he is.
Oh,
Awesome.
we got him. We got him.
User was
Nice.
moved to your
Error.
channel.
Can you hear me?
We can
Yes.
hear you.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Congrats,
Thank you.
dude. That was amazing. Well done.
Thank you.
Like you deserve that victory so much. I mean,
don't even know how.
Even comparing our PBs, like you would. Oh wow, like, it's just really well done. But I choked hard in the first half, but I played well in the second. I guess played quite well.
That whole time, in my head, I kept messing up. I was like, "There's no way that I'm gonna win this." Like in the beginning, whenever we're at the island, the island of illusion or whatever,
Force of
Forest of
Illusion.
Yeah.
Illusion.
At the end of Forest 1, yes.
I completely screwed up the beginning. Like, and then I had to go back for Yoshi. I screwed up getting the freaking the cape. Then I had to go back and get the cape again. I was like, good God, how is this even? Why is this even happening? I don't know.
Yeah,
That was all luck for me.
I was watching most of that. Well, most of whenever your stream was live, but I noticed your Force of Illusion one, and if I'm being honest, I have to admit, like, I was hoping that it was maybe, going to give me a chance to catch up, but I only caught up by about 30 seconds there.
Yeah, actually,
Maybe
I got
not
really
even.
lucky too. I got that hard clip, and I never get hard clip.
Wait, did you? Oh, damn!
Yeah, I
didn't.
got hard clip. Maybe the stream was down at that.
I think so.
Remember Darbian called that you got hard clip?
Yeah,
How many tries?
that never happens. That was like complete luck.
It was first try hard clip, I think, but it was also after having to re-enter Forest 1 to get Yoshi to try hard clip.
Yeah.
Did he miss the block? No, that was the last race. Never mind. No.
Yeah, it was. I definitely messed up. Had to go back and get Yoshi and everything, but I still got it. Which saved me 10 seconds. One of those two. Better than nothing.
Oh,
I think
actually,
we'll
my
need Link to comment on it entirely, but going back to get Yoshi almost wipes out the time gain. I think LinkDead has said if you're not going to get hard clip and you can only do easy clip, it's not even worth it to go back for Yoshi at all. Just beat the level normally.
Oh, no. Okay, well then I guess I can do that too.
But you got
I
hard
guess,
clip.
'cause
Yeah,
that is-
I had considered that as well. I thought that might have been the case.
Oh well, good practice for the hard clip then.
Yeah, that. I mean, I did actually say beforehand that I thought you were going to PB. I thought this whole time you were going to PB because I was pretty aware that you were doing a lot of practice and just, yeah. I mean, you can get 35, no problem.
Really hope so.
That should happen soon, I guess. But just practice loads and loads against GDF, and maybe, hopefully, he'll play like so safe that you can maybe keep up with him. But he's really consistent. It's crazy. I wasn't getting through round 3 ever.
Yeah. It'll be a miracle if I actually get that.
Yeah, I mean,
Even then, your
I
reward
wish
is,
it's best.
your reward remains less losers bracket matches.
Yeah, it's true.
But that
Definitely
race
true.
hasn't happened yet, so yeah,
Wait,
don't give up.
will we face again if you lose to GDF?
I don't think the bracket is set up really to let that happen.
Ah, okay, fair enough. Because sometimes that does happen. Like, I think the last time you pretty much faced potentially, I don't know, maybe I'm imagining it, I don't know. Because that would be cool. I'd like to do this again whenever I'm like not as nervous. I think box jump
Yeah.
threw me off because I couldn't believe I failed that. I haven't failed that in like
Oh, box jump.
M-
YI3.
months and months. Why? Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't
that-
believe it.
That's
Like,
one.
that's so silly.
You know what's also really funny is, I mean, I've been in Colorado since Wednesday all the way to like Monday. I haven't
Yeah.
really had any real way to practice. I have a portable Super Nintendo, but it's an LCD
Nice.
screen. So there's latency, and I felt like I was playing on an emulator the whole time. So
Yeah.
like I practiced a little bit on the plane, but I felt like I was playing a completely different game because of the latency.
Yeah, that's fair enough. It's hard to switch between versions. And I didn't have loads of time to practice because my work schedule is just crazy. I just started recently, but I still, I mean, the last 2 days, I thought I put some good practice in, but yesterday, whenever I was doing no reset runs, I just kept fucking up in all these really silly places.
That's normally
Um,
how it is.
Castle 2 normally, even though that's usually one of my strongest levels.
Castle 2, God, I screwed that one up if I remember correctly.
Castle 2 has not been
Oh, yeah.
kind this evening.
I
Yeah,
actually practiced the crap out of Castle 2. And
I couldn't believe that Wee death. I could have got like a
Oh, yeah.
37 probably.
The Vanilla
was so
Fortress
silly,
was another. That can just happen sometimes.
I just fell off. It's so sick.
but you fell off Reznor?
Yeah, I just like fell off. It was so silly, not even in like a way that you would imagine. I don't know. That cost me about a minute and a half, probably.
Wait,
And
Butter
then-
Bridge? Where did you die?
The Reznor fight in
Uh,
Vanilla Fortress.
Oh, Reznor. Okay, so
Yeah.
that one's right. Ouch.
And that level's pretty long. And then I lost Cape and died in Vanilla Doom 1, which is so stupid because I actually got the fly and then my muscle memory I don't know, I just forgot my muscle memory, I guess. I lost about probably 40 seconds that way. And yeah, Castle 2, it was just so retarded. I did that last match, and that cost me probably about another 40 seconds. So, yeah. Everything after Castle 4 was amazing.
You know, some of the things that we've been talking about is just, you never know what's going to happen in a race, and that turning nerves can just affect your run in crazy ways. And this race, more than ever, some people I mean, sometimes you react to stress differently depending on the session. Like the session could be very successful because you're underneath the gun, but other times it can be the complete reverse. But still, you both
Yeah,
put up a good fight.
I think the other thing was like if I was racing Green Death flavor, I probably would do better. I think because I would have had nothing to lose, but I felt that I should have held here, considering my PB is about a minute. Well, is now a minute and a half better, but was close to 2 minutes better before the race.
Hmm.
So I felt it more to lose, I guess, in that sense. But
Yeah.
I'm not really too bothered at all.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
that's
you're
true.
still going in. The people in the losers bracket, I think a lot of them are just doing it for fun. I don't even know too many of them that even have
Yeah,
like,
plus
sub
the other
hour.
thing is you're good as well, so I knew that.
Yeah, the thing with me is I'm just not consistent at all. Like, I've had that 37 for a very long time. My sum of best was what, like 34 or something?
Yeah.
Actually, with that PB, I think my splits probably should have been a lot better. Or my sum of best should have been a lot better.
Yeah.
I think the gold actually came at Bowser.
Yeah. That
You
gold
both had
Bowser split
really
saving a
good.
minute plus.
Yeah. I want to go back and look at them because actually, I don't know if you guys were paying attention in the chat, but I was trying to change some stuff and I forgot that controls global for freaking live split, so I lost my PB on live split and everything. I don't know if there's any way if you guys have that.
We have the freeze frame at least somewhere on the video of Bowser, so you should be able to pick up the splits there.
And remember, it records on like your past broadcasts, so you can always check through the Nightmare Fuel
That's
that is
true.
your stream.
That's true.
Because it was corrupting. It looks like we were being warped. We were taking a tour of hell,
like
like
Mario
from
on
Dante's and yeah. Basically, it was kind of grueling.
Oh god. Yeah, that really doesn't surprise me.
But I'm just glad that, you know, you guys were even to race to begin with, because the prospects were not looking good as we were waiting, but...
Oh yeah, definitely.
No, and everything just seemed to go wrong. It's like, tried to do it yesterday, and then my girlfriend accidentally forgot her Surface at the airport.
Yeah.
So then we had to drive all the way back to the airport, which was about a 40-minute drive. So let's say it took about an hour to get it and come back. And then I also live about 50 minutes away from where she lives. So like, it all just went downhill.
That sucks. Sucks big time.
Yeah, it pretty much does.
Oh yeah, thank you very much for the follows, guys. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, everybody should give
yeah,
these two
yeah,
runners
yeah.
a follow. It's,
I got like 7 followers, that's awesome.
Zero
I mean, not being
Maverick
sarcastic either.
with a
That is
0
pretty cool.
and no vowels between the V and the R. And QuiteSuperMario. If anybody has those and can post those links in chat, that would be excellent.
I'll just Craigasm, and they can see that way.
Yeah, for
Excellent.
me,
Oh, that's right. You could always just follow from the chat screen itself.
it doesn't surprise me I didn't get any follows. My internet was just derping the whole time.
Nice. I'm really, really good at that.
Oh, you got it there, Matt. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, let's give these two a round of applause for a good match! Woo! Yeah! Freaking Super Mario World Tourney! Woo! Alright, another race down. So, Mr. Cat, please take it away and tell us what we have in store for tomorrow. Just a big reminder for all of the craziness that is tomorrow and later on this week.
Tomorrow, well, actually, I'm getting to a little... Okay, we got past box jump. Tomorrow we have Josh Berto kicking things off at about 7 p.m. Eastern Time. He will be going up against Frantic at 9 o'clock. It'll be myself and Darbian. I'm at least most hyped for that match tomorrow. I'm not going to lie about that one. I think I'm allowed to be hyped for my own race.
That's kind of
Yeah,
messed up
that'll
that
be
you'd be
awesome.
hyped for your own race. That's really messed up.
And
That's
right
good.
after that, at
Definitely
10
think less of
o'clock
you.
Eastern, we're going to have Oglib against Mediocrity or Bust. My race is tomorrow, so
Nice.
I've got to start practicing as soon as I can, which is why I've already started. If you've still got the stream up, I'm in Yoshi's Island 4 right now.
That's gonna be a fun race. I'm looking forward to your 2 race.
I just hope tomorrow I can find some consistency. My sum of bests is about a minute below my PB. A little more than that even, so I just need to put together a run and not lose the cape.
Are you gonna do a whole run now?
I'm... Tonight, you mean?
Yeah, like now.
Yeah, I'm planning to
Nice.
try and get something in tonight.
Yeah!
I'm
Tomorrow
probably only
afternoon.
gonna stick around for about 1 or 2 more minutes because I've got work. Well, I've got to wake up at like 7:15, and it's 4 o'clock now.
Yeah, you need to get some sleep, man.
You should go
Yes.
to
Oh,
sleep.
shit.
It really
It's
sucks.
like 11 here in the East Coast. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I really wish I had more time. I would have done some PB attempts. I'd try and get a 34. But anyway.
Yeah, I
in
will...
any case.
We go by what I've done for previous tournaments. I will probably go with a couple of no reset runs before the race, which means I will
Yeah, that'd be
unfortunately be missing Josh Berto's run. But a couple of warm-up runs and then the actual race.
In
yeah,
any case, I'm
um,
gonna go ahead and exit here. Thank you guys so much for having me and commentate. Huge honor. I'm
Anytime,
going to
man.
join the gauntlet of people trying to study up their races, try to increase their PVs. I got all night, so I'm gonna join you, Mr. Cab. And
Also, thanks, Matt. You have a great announcing voice. I
do.
love you.
Yeah, Matt does have a great voice, and I'm pretty sure it's because he can sing. I've always just noticed people that can
Nice.
sing for some reason, like they can just talk and.
you guys are
I was
making me
going for it
blush.
earlier tonight. I think I just need to kind of open up the back of my throat a little bit more, and I get a much richer sound, at least when I hear my own voice. I'm
Oh,
going for that right
100%.
now. I don't know if it sounds any different, but
It sounds, it sounds nice and resonant. And also, if you have your mic right in front of you, I have a desktop mic, so having
I'm
it
going
like
with the
right
desktop
there.
mic right now.
Unfortunately, I can't speak too loud at the moment. Or otherwise, I'd probably sound a lot better, I guess.
You
What's that
guys are
racket?
awesome.
I have to play Super Mario World. It's important. Trust me.
LinkedIn, that is messed up.
I was just gonna say that.
Oh, great. Marvelous. Okay. All right,
But yeah.
peace out, guys.
Wow.
Thanks very much, Matt.
Later. I'm gonna hop out of here now too. Gonna practice.
Alright, thanks for the
Oh,
race, Zero.
sorry.
And it's a good thing you unforfeited.
Yes, it is.
Should we
All right.
should we send anybody? Should we send people out on a raid someplace?
No,
Well-
man, you should be freaking selfish.
I should be freaking selfish.
You should
Yeah,
finish
you're
that
about to
run,
do some
Kev.
runs.
Okay. If I'm, as long as I have other people telling me I'm allowed to be selfish, I will be selfish.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Be selfish.
Selfish.
I'll even host you.
All right. If only because I'm racing tomorrow. Stay here. We're gonna raid Mr. Cab. If I can say that.
All right. Let's raid Mr. Cab. Woo! Alright! Super Mario World Tournament Recovery! I'm out! Peace out! Great job, Quite Super Mario and Zer0Maverick. Woo!
Yes.
Thank you very
Congratulations, both of you, on the good race.
Yes,
And,
thank you very much.
User disconnected
We'll see
from your
the
channel.
people here for the tournament tomorrow night for the big races.
All right, no problem.
Or I don't know who will be restreaming them tomorrow night. I will be preparing for my own race.
CT said he thinks he'd be around at least for ours.
Okay.